Passenger Seat with me. It is Passenger Seat Radio. It is January 27th, 2025. You're on my 13-mile commute home. Welcome to the show. Yes, a little late getting out of the office today. I'm going to be facing nasty traffic on the I-17, but you get to hang out with me and we can chat about all the good things in life. Well, let's see. So, let me see here. I think my phone angle's a little bad. There we go. That'll work. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. These live shows on YouTube are apparently doing quite well. People seem to enjoy it. I know a lot of you are missing the, hey now, Javier Lopez is in. I know a lot of you are missing the RSS feed and the live shows on Spreaker. And what I'm doing as a concession is I am uploading the shows after the fact to Spreaker. So I know. We all hate Spreaker now because they took away the live shows and made me goof around trying to get another option. But they do have a free tier. So I demoted down to a free tier, and I still can upload shows later. So the last few shows that I've done here in this format are now on Spreaker, and it's the same RSS feed. So for those of you who don't like the live shows, you don't like the video shows, I'm sorry. So I'll tell you what that noise is in a minute. It's so annoying. I should have fixed it before I got in the car, but I needed to get on the road. So anyway, yeah, so I know we're all against Spreaker, but the shows will be up there, and you know they're going to be in lower quality audio and all that stuff. Sorry, but oh my God, that's annoying. So anyway, so that's what do they call it? A supplemental prize for those of you who don't want to watch this. Although a lot of you seem to like it, so I'm glad to do it. So we have a couple things on the agenda to talk about today. One is to finish the Tucson story. Because believe it or not, there's tons more to talk about the Tucson trip last weekend. And yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that noise. So here's the deal. This morning, I'm at 6 a.m., leaving the house at 6 a.m. because if I leave at all after 6, the traffic increases almost exponentially. So heaven forbid I leave at 6:10, it'll add 30 minutes to my freaking drive. I wish I were kidding. So this morning I leave at 6. I throw on Google Maps. Google Maps says 24 minutes. And I'm like, okay, so I'll be there early. I'll leave a little early. I had a last minute meeting change, so I didn't get to leave early anyway. Whatever. Hey man, Michael Caine's on, the great British actor. You didn't know he listened to this show, did you? So I leave, and then I'm thinking, okay, I need to swing by and grab some soda, right? For my long work day. So I'm thinking to myself, God, if I get off, if I stop, God, it's going to add all this time to my drive. I was just all pissy. So I stopped at QT right before the highway. This would be like Cactus and the 17. So I stopped it. I literally rushed in. I grabbed a 12-pack of Coke Zero and I ran back to the car. Every minute counts. I mean, it's like EMS, right? Every minute counts to my drive. So I grabbed the soda and I'm thinking I should put it in the trunk. Because I know what's going to happen on the 17. I should put it in the trunk. I did not put it in the trunk. I put it in the front seat. And what you are now hearing, there you go again. What you are now hearing is that 12-pack scattered all over the front of the passenger seat. So since you're listening to Passenger Seat Radio, your feet are all in there. So yeah, so of course, 10 minutes on the 17, had to slam on my brakes for some asshole that stopped in front of me. And of course, the 12-pack couldn't just roll over nicely onto the floor. It had to hit the floor and split open. So that's what you're hearing. You're hearing like 11 cans of Coke Zero rolling back and forth on the floor. So yeah, I can tell what kind of morning it was going to be. Pretty straightforward. What's this? What's this slowdown? Holy crap, there must be an accident or something up ahead. This sucks. Oh well. Hey, I get to hang out with you guys. So anyway, let's get back to the Tucson trip because I've got more to talk about. Now, I think, and you guys can keep me straight here because we do have live chat during this. I do believe I left off. We just got to the hotel after my wife about had an apoplexy, full-blown breakdown. It was not a pleasant check-in. So it was miserable. So listen to the last show if you want to know how that happened. So finally, we get to the hotel, right? And you're thinking to yourself, okay, we get to the hotel, everything can calm down a little bit. So we go to check in. Now, again, this is the Hotel Congress. For those of you who are late tuners to this show, we went to Hotel Congress in Tucson. It is a historic hotel. 1919 it was built, and god damn it, it still looks like it was 1919 when that thing was built. So the entire place is techno challenged, right? Which is fine. Hey now, Alex J. Lopez is on too. So the place is techno challenged. You actually get a key. Remember that? Remember those things where I don't even have a key on me, I don't think. Remember the keys that you used to have at the hotel? These guys. Remember these? Yeah. So when we checked into the hotel, we actually got a key. Now, it was so great. We had to sign a bunch of disclaimers. I've never had to sign waivers at a hotel. Not like that anyway. So they're like, okay, so here's your key, and they literally pick any 1960s TV show with those big giant key rings that have the number of the hotel on it. Yeah, that was it. And so they put it down and they bring up this form, and you have to agree to all these conditions. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, it's a haunted hotel. You have to agree that, you could be scared by a ghost, blah, blah, blah. Anything like that? No. So the first thing out of it was, this is a noisy hotel, and we will not issue refunds based on the hotel being noisy. And I'm thinking, what the hell, man? I mean, listen, I have stayed downtown Vegas in Fremont. You do not know what a noisy hotel is until you're on a Fremont Street facing window on the 3rd floor of the Circa Hotel. Then you know what a noisy hotel is. So like, no refunds. You understand, there's no refunds. And yeah, okay, sign that shit. And then the next one's like, if you lose the key, it's $100. So if you I can't believe it. You lose the hotel key, you lose $100. It's a $100 bill on your tab. Everything in the room was like labeled with how much it cost if you ate it or drank it. So great. Anyway, so we had to sign all this waiver shit, and then they say, you have to jiggle your key at us when you come in. It's like, what the fuck is this? Where am I staying at again? So they're like, because only hotel guests. Yeah, $100, $100. Michael Caine's like, $100, sheesh. Yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable. So obviously we didn't lose the key, but we kept a tight hold on that thing, so it must work. Get threatened with $100. So they're like, so when you come in and out of when you come into the hotel, before you head upstairs, jingle your key at us at the front desk. Like, what the hell is that? So we found out why they make you do that, because people look at the hotel like a downtown attraction, and they'll just walk wherever the fuck they want. So when you go into the main set of doors, the desk is on the left for checking in, and then immediately across from there is this little tiny narrow stairway that actually goes up to the rooms. So we found, and there's signs everywhere. Dude, you would not believe there's signs everywhere. Upstairs is only for hotel guests. Do not go upstairs if you're not a guest, blah, blah, blah. And every single time we came back into the hotel, somebody was trying to go up those stairs. It's unbelievable. I get it, but dude, read the fucking signs. Come on. So there's no elevator, by the way. So this is not an ADA hotel. So if you're thinking about taking a nice elevator to go up or anything, no, there's none of that going on. You got to take the stairs, like in 1919, which is fine. Listen, my fat ass could use some stair time. So we haul our asses upstairs, and again, you gotta think about what's going on. So they got these Dillinger Days thing going on. So we go upstairs. There's 3 guys dressed like fucking gangsters. I mean, like full-blown gangsters. That if they'd have pulled out a Tommy gun, I would have totally believed it. There's these 3 gangsters sitting up there. I think one of them might actually have been flipping a coin. I mean, that's how cliche it was. And then on the other side, there were, on the other side of the hallway, there were like 3 saloon girls practicing these little Betty Boop dances. And I'm like, maybe we picked the wrong fucking weekend to come here. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Oh, we're missing Nectar and Alien. Yeah, imagine if we had them in the chat. Did Flair show up? Because he would have been one I would have expected to. So anyway, so it's so great because you go up here and it literally, you know how like, okay, imagine the hotel from The Shining, the Overlook Hotel, right? With the key and the carpet and all of the old shit. It looks dated, right? So if you looked at the Overlook Hotel today, it looks like a hotel from the 70s, right? Now, take it back like 20 years. That's how this hotel looked. It looked like it was from like the 50s or 60s. And so our room was immediately, like you went up the stairs, you made a quick left, and then boom, your room's right there. I actually have to use the key. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's been so long since I've used a key for fucking anything. I had to sit and mutter to myself, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I mean, that's what we got. So you get into the room and it's a closet. I mean, my closet in my house is bigger than this room, but that's fine. We're not planning to be in the room. We are here on a mission. We have things to do, so we're not going to be in the room. It's a double bed, and I know. Looking from my profile, you can't tell I'm a bigger guy, but I am. My wife is not slender. We are larger people, and I want you to imagine for a minute me and my significant other in a double bed. Yeah, we're talking about the Congress, Flair. Now, I don't have any problem getting cuddled up in a bed, right? My wife is one of those people that has limited touching tolerances, right? So, like, I will literally drape over somebody and sleep on top of them. I will let somebody drape on top of me and sleep on top of me. But my wife will have none of that shit. It's the introvert in her. What can I tell you? So we're like, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we'll figure it out. It's time to go drinking, right? My wife is so wound up. Remember those tops that you used to wind up really, really tight and then let them go on a table and they would just sit and spin for like an hour? That's pretty much my wife at that point in time. I got her into the bathroom, so that was emergency number 1 taken care of. But then I needed booze in her, right? Listen, we are in traveling clothes. I am in shorts and a t-shirt. She's in like ripped leggings and a sweatshirt, right? But I brought nice clothes. So, I figured we were going to go out, have some drinks, go to a nice bar, nice place to eat. And so once we, I will actually share pictures of the room so you guys don't think I'm pulling your chain. It's a closet. No TV, no telephone, no technology. Listen, for those of you who are old enough to remember, the hotel has, no shit, I'm not kidding you, 2-pronged power plugs. The only thing in there is a radio that's tuned to the hotel's channel. That's right. There's no technology in the room, but the hotel has their own radio station down across from the lobby. Hand to God true. So the only thing technological in there is the radio, and we never even bothered to turn it on. Why bother? And like the toilet is one of those ones that's basically on the floor. Do you remember toilets before they were like at your knees or higher? Yeah, this toilet was almost a hole in the floor. So you don't even need a squatty potty. The shower is the size of the driver's seat here. That's all there is. Water pressure, forget about that. You ever see Groundhog Day? Right? Remember, like, he couldn't seem to get a fucking straight shower? Same idea. And for some reason, the bathroom is a step up, but the shower was a step down. It's just fucking bizarro. Anyway, so we decided it's time to eat. So let's find something close by. Well, we went to some place called Maynard's. You can look it up. It's a little hoitier-toitier than I would normally eat at. When there's things like duck and goose and shit on the menu, that's probably a little bit hoity-toity for me. Javier's over there drooling, thinking maybe that there's a roast pig on a fucking spit somewhere. But yeah, I mean, this was one of those ones where like they don't really have the prices on the menu, because if you have to ask how much something costs, you're in the wrong place. And that's okay. That's okay. It sounds like a hotel room in Amsterdam. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised about that. That sounds about right. Probably the same sort of age, right? The older hotels. Okay, I'm trying to get on the 17 here. Give me a minute. Without getting rear-ended by a fucking semi this time. That'd be nice. All right, let's see here. Negotiation is 90% just taking it. All right, now I can set my cruise and we can actually enjoy the story here. All right, so okay, so we went down to Maynard's. My wife's like, we are totally not fucking dressed for this, right? You look in there and there are people. I mean, it's upscale dining. You can look it up yourself if you want. Maynard's. It's right there by Hotel Congress. You can't miss it. And she's like, you're fine. The waitress is like, no, you're fine. You're fine. Come on, I'll seat you. And my wife's like, really? Our choices were to walk to someplace we had no clue. So we sat down, and we actually had a drink. The drinks were really good. They had a couple specialty cocktails. I think I even sent pictures to my personal chat, because I like to show I drink real booze and not drinks, but like booze. This was like real booze. I know Javier knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it was a decent meal. I had this really great like a blue cheese wedge salad. It was really good. Had like these I think it was ham. I'm not sure. I hope it was ham. I can handle pork in small quantities, right? So they had these really nice, tasty little chunks of ham on it. It was really good. So I got through that, but then the surprise came. For dessert, we decided to order our own desserts, because they had some desserts that sounded pretty cool. One was called milk and cookies. Sounded great. So I went ahead and I got that. And my wife got like these like Corellas. They're like almost donuts. They're deep fried, right? Donut with caramel dip. Sounded great. So I asked the server. I asked the server, so how do you eat this? What's the, because this is weird. So milk and cookies, just so you know, is a glass of milk, this deep, like dark chocolate sauce in a little bowl, and then like 3 or 4 cookies crushed up on the plate next to it. The fuck do you eat that? I got a spoon and a fork. So I finally figured it out, and I told the server. I told the server later what I found out. So the trick is, you take a spoon, you dip the tip into the chocolate, you scoop a little cookie onto the backside, and then you dunk the whole thing into the milk just enough to break the rim of the spoon so that it fills up. And then when you take a bite, it tastes exactly like a dipped chocolate chip cookie in milk. In all honesty, I'm going to be honest with you. They should have just brought a couple of cookies and a glass of milk. It would have just been fucking easier. But listen, new things, right? That's how you avoid fucking losing time, is by doing new things and getting out of your comfort zone. Well, my poor wife really got out of her comfort zone, right? Oh, it was so overpriced. You don't even want to know what the bill was. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was an overpriced thing. But you're paying for the experience, right? You're paying for the hoity-toity couples sitting next to you talking about irrelevant shit. It's good. But my wife, so she ate one of the Corellas and dipped it in the. Am I even saying that right? I don't know. Anyway, the donuts. She dunked that into the caramel, and she ate one of them. The server came back, and my wife's like, "What's the caramel? It tastes different. Is it mixed?" Hey, Brian Holtz in here. The caramel, is it? Do you use some sort of different milk in it, or what is that? And so it turns out that the Corellas, if I'm saying that right, and you guys can feel free to make fun of me in the comments, They're they're deep fat fried in duck fat. Very hoity-toity. Unfortunately, I took a taste of the caramel. I didn't eat the duck fat. I told my wife, there's no way I'm fucking eating duck fat. And then, okay, so they told us it was duck fat to begin with. And so I told her I wasn't eating one of the Corellas. She'd have them all. But she goes, taste the caramel. And I'm like, and she's like, just taste the caramel. Tell me what's different about it. So I tasted the caramel first. Then the server came over, and then we asked, because it tasted almost scorched. I don't know what that is. So she's like, oh, well, the caramel is done by the chef like this, blah, blah, blah. And it's mixed with duck fat. Yeah, I'm not up for that. It's not me, man. But you know what? I took it with a grain of salt. I water off a duck's back. Yeah, that was intentional. So yeah, it was an experience to be sure. And my wife, once she found out that it was duck fat, and she was fine eating the Corella that was duck fat, but once she found out that the caramel was duck fat, I guess that was too much duck fat for her. Yeah. So anyway, so we had the good meal, and it was, like I said, it was ridiculously priced. But you know, you're there for the experience, might as well. Maynard's. You haven't lived till you've been to Maynard's. After you have, you don't want to. So now it's time to go boozing. You quack me up. Very funny comments going on in the live feed. So if you're listening to this later, by the way, don't miss out on the live stuff, right? Hit the notification bell, do something so that you know when these are coming, because it's a lot more fun when you have my funny friends in the chat with us and my not so funny friends. So now it's time to go boozing. Now that's something you can't go wrong, right? You can't go wrong boozing. Now, where we were at was at Congress, which is at 4th Avenue, 4th Street. 4th Street in Congress. Look it up on a map. And yeah, that's right. That is what it's called. I didn't remember what it was called. Nice job, Flair. Flair's doing the fact checking like he used to do on Retro Gaming Radio, do the producer stuff. Hey, amigos, Retro Gaming. I love you guys, man. I haven't listened in a while. I need to go back and check it out. I love Amiga Talk. So yeah, okay, so now it's time to go boozing. Now, I could pick up a rock and throw it in any direction and hit 2 bars, like skip the rock off 1 bar and hit on another one. Plenty of options. So we started walking down the street, and we ran across someplace called the Cobra Arcade and Bar. I think it's called Cobra Arcade and Bar. Well, Flair, you've probably got the map up. It's Cobra something, Cobra Arcade and Bar and Grill or something. But anyway, it's one of these little themey places where they have tons of classic video games and lots of themed booze, right? So they have like a Bowser's Bash and, you know, basically Cobra Arcade Bar. Thank you. See, I knew Flair would be able to get that one. And it's a younger crowd. Listen, everybody's a younger crowd when it's us, right? But the DJs were insane. They had unbelievable music playing. We actually just hung out. So we both got a drink. I got some Super Mario fucking thing, and she got some Princess Peach thing. And yeah, I'm not sure Nintendo would be cool with them using their artwork for their menus. But check it out. If you Google the Cobra Arcade Bar, you'll be able to find their menu online, and you'll see all of Nintendo's IP all over it. It's great. Yeah, it's funny. Anyway, so I got this one, I can't remember what it was called, but essentially it was this vodka drink, and it had an upside down Red Bull in it. Oh no, there was no Ace of Base going on. This was like hip music, not I'm starting to drool just thinking about it. He's putting all the drinks in the chat. Put a link in the chat, would you, if they'll let you. I don't know if they'll let you put a link, but put a link in the chat for that Cobra Arcade Bar. Pretty neat. I'll give them a plug. Sure, we had a good time. We sat there. We went upstairs, so they have a lower level and an upper level. Upper level covered in pinballs. Tons of pinballs. New ones, old ones. No Willy Wonka. I was pissed because I wanted to see the new Wonka table. Unfortunately, no go there. But otherwise, it was cool. They had a lot of great tables. And they even had a couple of tables. They had a Monster Bash that was almost like a reimagined version. I got a couple pictures, I think, not much, because there's people everywhere, and you start taking pictures, everyone freaks out. Game over cocktail: vodka, pear syrup, cranberry juice, and coconut berry Red Bull. Yes. There's no Elton John one there either. That's supposed to be good too. Yeah, I mean, we didn't actually play anything. We just sat and watched people and drank. Right? That's the whole point. So now my wife's all mellow. She's nice and mellow now. We've had a drink. We stopped at another bar. I can't remember what it was called. We had another drink. It was all mellow. So then we actually went back to the hotel kind of early because we had a long day ahead of us. So Saturday, the entire goal of Saturday was to hit every single Goodwill thrift store in the greater Tucson area. And goddamn, we did it justice, my friends. We didn't get them all. We missed, I think, 3. But otherwise, we hit every single fucking Goodwill in the whole Tucson Valley. So it was like 12 or 13 of them. And we just went one to the next, one to the next, one to the next. And what's the goal? What's the goal? So if you watch this show or listen to this show and follow the channel, me and a lot of my friends, several of them which are actually in this chat this very minute, are back into collecting CDs. Now, I never got rid of my set. Poor Javier, I think he parted with his early on, and now he has to rebuy his childhood, just like everybody else is doing. Fortunately for me, I kept mine, but I only had the ones that were like super appealing. I didn't get the one-off ones. If I liked the whole CD or a good portion of the CD, 3 songs minimum, I would buy the CD. If not, I didn't. But there's a ton of stuff out there that you gotta have. And right now, today at Goodwills everywhere are CDs for 99 cents. Remember when iTunes reinvented music distribution with the 99 cent tune, 99 cent download, MP3 download, 99 cent CD of your choice. 1 CDs, 2 CD case, whatever you can find, 99 cents a piece. Now listen, sometimes the cases look like a pit bull got after them, and many times the CD's not there, or it's something completely fucking different than what you thought it was. And occasionally it's scratched to shit, but that's the hunt. What can you find? What's the greatest thing you can find at a Goodwill? Brag to your friends about it. Are you going to find the rare Beatles album, right? Are you going to find that one album that you refuse to pay $6 for, but you're willing to drive all the way fucking around Tucson to find it for $1? That's part of the fun, right? If you're buying these CDs as something to flip or something like that, fuck that. But I guarantee you, if you get the thrifting bug for this shit, you'll be down. You'll understand what it's all about. And so a bunch of my friends were all doing it now. And air fryers, you can find everything at Goodwill. It's awesome. I'll get back to that in a second. So we actually now buy CDs for each other, and we wait until we have 3 or 4 of them or something, and then we put a box together, and we mail each other boxes of them. So it's pretty cool. It's fun. It's something to do. My wife likes to go look at clothes and blankets and knickknacks, all that shit. I do like to go to the electronics, because I'm telling you right now, Goodwill gets some fucking freaky shit. I mean, I've seen things at Goodwill I didn't even know existed in the electronics department. Now, what I understand is, like in Texas, hey now, Chris Henschel's here, like the whole gang is here. In some markets, Goodwill doesn't carry electronics anymore. They send them to some sort of Goodwill. Did I spur you? I didn't spur you earlier, did I? How long have you been here? I didn't see you come in. Oh, heaven forbid I have to drive too. Check your messages. Oh, I was in the middle of a meeting. You called me in the middle of a meeting. I was sitting in front of my boss, for Christ's sake. Couldn't take your call. So anyway, I've seen the craziest electronics, but apparently, what did you find at Goodwill, you son of a bitch? We're actually talking about it. Oh yeah, you forget about finding consoles. They're all gone. There's nothing there. But you will find weird shit. I found a dual data CD copier machine. It's on, if you search on my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought with YouTube it was fixed. I thought you guys would get the notifications. Everyone complained that Spreaker wasn't giving notifications. I thought YouTube was giving the notifications. The fuck do I know? But yeah, I mean, I found some crazy shit, and I found something unbelievable at Goodwill this last weekend, and I'm not telling anybody about it because I want to do a video on it, because it has to be seen to be appreciated. But it's amazing. I've never seen one. I don't even know who the target audience for this thing is, but it's totally badass. It's musically related, and you guys are going to love it. But I'm storing that. I'm keeping that for Sweeps Week at the end of the week here. But you can find almost everything. It's just unfucking believable what you can find at Goodwill. But you got to look, and you know, not everybody knows how to look at Goodwill. You got to look up, right? A lot of the greatest shit is on the top shelves, and a lot of people, I watch people looking for shit to buy and flip, and they don't look at the top shelves. There could be the goddamn Ark of the Covenant on the top shelf, and they never see it. So great. But yeah, so that's what we do. I look at CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, any sort of media, physical media. My son loves to look for books, and then that billionaire. Yeah, is that the same? Oh, the billionaire. I tried that. I'm not sure I can get into it. I'll talk about that in a minute too. So yeah. So I go for then I go to the electronics, and then I try to find my wife and hope that she's done so we can go home. But yeah, that's what we did in Tucson. We hit every single one. Now get this, we also encountered the rarest of all Goodwills, a thing only spoke of in legend, and that is the Goodwill bins. Now, some of you've heard of it. I know Alex J. Lopez even thought it was a thing of lore. So let's say that, so stuff comes into Goodwill. By the way, I only recently found this out. You guys all probably fucking know this already, but I'm gonna help you out. You know when you go in there and there's a color tag that's on sale? Blue tags are on sale, 50% off, right? 20% off, whatever. There's a rotation process. I did not know this. So something comes into the store, it gets a certain color tag, whatever that tag of the day or tag of the week is. So every day they change what color, or every week they change what color's on sale, right? Once you reach a certain status, a lot of times they'll pull the shit out of the store and you don't know whatever happens to it, right? You just assume somebody came and bought it. Not true. Not true. It gets all shoved into these gigantic bins. It's like, okay, imagine a trash truck backs up to your local Goodwill, and they just start dumping shit into the truck. Then those trucks come to these Goodwill bin stores, and a bin comes out. They basically dump the truck over and pour shit into the bin, and then the bin is wheeled out to the jackals and hyenas that are waiting to try to score a fucking Prada bag that might just happen to be in a pile of shit. Now, it's unbelievable. It's a fucking madhouse feeding frenzy. I've never seen anything like it. Probably never will again. But these people are lined up. Okay. You remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? When Veruca Salt's parents had all of their fucking peanut shellers shelling boxes of candy bars, trying to find one so they get the bonus? Dude, that's exactly what it was. Everybody is digging through here looking for the fucking golden ticket. And they are territorial, and they are possessive, and they'll kick your ass if they think you're reaching for the same shit that they are. It's unbelievable. And here's the best part, though. We were lucky enough, so we walked around and we kind of thumbed through. First of all, wear gloves. Anybody who's been to a bin store more than once is wearing gloves. We were not wearing gloves. Yeah, I want a bin now. All right, Wonka, how much do you want for the bin? Nice, Chris. Yeah, but we got the rare honor, the rare treat, because you don't always see this, I'm told. Is it by the pound? Oh yeah, it's all by the pound. Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah, everything is by the pound. So they don't ring you up. There's no tags on anything, obviously, because it's fucking dumpster diving. That's what it is. It's organized dumpster diving. And it's a miraculous thing to see. But the best part though is there's like a bell or something that you hear, and anybody who's there or on purpose like knows what that bell means. I'm like, what the fuck is that bell? And why is everybody paying attention? It means a new bin is coming out. These fuckers, I don't even know how to explain it. Hunger Games is pretty good, Javier. So the bin comes out, and it's all, this one was clothing, right? Or, cloth stuff, related stuff. There is like an armed security guard that comes out, and basically no one's allowed to touch the bins. You ever watch Auction Hunters? Don't reach into the bin. Don't open any boxes. Yeah, that's the same idea. It's unbelievable. They're all sitting there. It's almost like they have their hands behind them, like they know that they're not allowed, or they're gonna get fucking shot if they touch the bins before the timer goes off. I got this, by the way, all on fucking video, and I'm gonna share it at some point. Yeah, it's like Black Friday. And these guys are all sitting there like fucking, okay. So, I think this is how lions hunt, or maybe it's tigers. They bring the fucking prey down, and all the other tigers get around the prey, but the one that took him down has to signal to the other ones that they're allowed to eat, just like that. And the frenzy begins. It's like fucking watching, piranha skeletonize a fucking cow, dude. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. And then I got hollered at for doing, shooting a video. Apparently I'm not allowed to do that. I played dumb. I'm sorry, I didn't know. That's on I think that's on the video too. I wasn't going to miss out on that shit. And she looked, this one was, these fuckers that work there, my daughter works for a juvenile detention center, and you have to be kind of a badass and fuck people up and be ready to fuck people up. Every one of them looked like they had just gotten out of working at a high level penitentiary. No shit to be had by anybody. She was yelling out at one of them because the security dude that wheeled it out with the other two people, they left, and so somebody thought they'd be fucking funny and put their hands in the bin. She belted out like a fucking drill sergeant. You can't get in the bin. And I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm glad I wish I hadn't been recording, man. She could kick my ass. Very aggressive people in there. Anyway, so yeah, and so the whole thing is you bring up your shit, they put it on a scale. It's like you're buying salad at a college campus, right? They put it up on the scale. My wife found a bowl. There was one bowl that she found that she wanted, so we walked away with a bowl. But for those of you who covet and appreciate and adore physical media, do not go to a Goodwill bin store, because there is no care given. Now, if you've been to a Goodwill and saw their physical media shit, you know that shit's fucked up. There are cases torn apart. Things are thrashed. Like I said, some people, it looks like a pit bull got to some of them. Dude, seriously, dude. It's very depressing to see movies and CDs basically crushed into bins. It was very depressing. The whole thing was depressing. But we left from there, and you guys know it's Girl Scout cookie season, right? And I don't know about the rest of you, but fuck, I have to have Girl Scout cookies. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, because I know some of you are holding, right? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? I'm curious to see what people say. So if you're in the chat right now live, there's 9 of you, according to my screen. Write in what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is. So we needed, after that bin shit, after the bin and we had no gloves, we felt fucking filthy. I mean, I could almost see the dirt surrounding me. It's sort of like Pigpen on Peanuts. So my wife's like, we got to stop at a CVS. And we got to stop at a drugstore and get some fucking hand sanitizer. She's like, I feel fucking filthy as hell. So we pull into a CVS, and there is the cutest little fucking girl you have ever seen selling cookies. And here's the best part. She I don't even know if I could do this any fucking justice, but I'll try anyway. So it was her and her, I think it was her mom. Neither one of them were higher up on the evolutionary chain. Okay, I know that sounds elitist and kind of shitty, but mom wasn't all there, right? She had some missing teeth, and listen, if you're missing teeth, I'm not saying anything, but it added to the whole demeanor. But the little girl was in this pink jacket. She had like a little Hello Kitty purse. She had the little glasses, right? The little cute little girl glasses. I'm thinking 5 or 6. And every time her mom would call out, Girl Scout cookies here, she would bounce. It was the fucking cutest thing I'd ever seen. And if I didn't feel creepy about it, I would have recorded it because it was just that fucking cute. Now, we probably would have bought a box, but she was so fucking cute. I think we blew 20 or 30 bucks on Girl Scout cookies, which by the way are like $6 or $7 a box now. So, and I think there's less cookies in there. Oddly enough, the calorie count's the same. So how the fuck does that work? So shrinkflation comes, what do they do? Put more butter in them? I don't know. You're looking at like 3 cookies going, this is 400 calories? Get the fuck out of here. But listen, it's Girl Scout cookies. And this girl was so cute, I almost fell over. Now here's something that's really, really funny. My wife is like, I gotta pee. And there's a Taco Bell right next door to this CVS. And so she's like, you want a drink, right? And I'm like, I guess. And she's like, I need to pee, and they're going to give me shit if we don't buy something. I say, okay, fine. I'll buy something. I'll buy a drink. So we go in there, and by the way, I don't know. I've only seen a couple of Taco Bells that are like this. It's basically kiosk ordering only. Now, they have registers, but if you go up there and stand, they completely fucking ignore you. Like you're not even there. They're like homeless people. They won't even look at you. So my wife's like, do we really have to use the kiosk to buy a fucking drink? How am I supposed to get the code to the bathroom? And I'm like, well, whatever. So, and then so we go up and we get the drink, and she gets the code for the bathroom. And get this. Remember I talked about the Circus du Soleil or whatever it is, the paranormal one that we went to? So crazy. On the counter of Taco Bell were brochures for this paranormal, Circus du Soleil or whatever you pronounce it. I got made fun of the last time the way I pronounced it. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay, we are living in a simulation at this point, because that just can't, this can't be sheer coincidence. And of course, when my wife came out of the bathroom, I had my drink, and fucking way. And so the girl who got the soda for us, she's like, what? Because she thought we were pointing at her. And it's like, no. That the show, and so we're basically ambassadors. We're like selling the show to her. No, you should go. It's really good. And it's like a circus, but only freaky and goth and a little bit irreverent. So that was kind of funny. We're sitting over here selling the fucking show, and we're in Tucson. I guess they're coming there next or something. I don't know. But yeah, so we ran our asses into the ground. We hit every single fucking Goodwill. Sans 3, we went everywhere. Like if you bring up Goodwill on the map over Tucson, there's a couple of extreme ones in the far north and the far south we didn't get to, but we clustered and got every other one of them. A huge haul of shit. And here's the thing, right? So one of the reasons we wanted to go to Tucson is because we've been to all the Goodwills here, and we go every couple of weeks and we make sort of a tour. So we wanted to go somewhere where we've never been to a Goodwill. And if you have friends that Goodwill shop or thrift shop, they'll tell you that they have different stuff, right? Like I can go to every Goodwill in the greater Phoenix area, and there's like 5 discs that are always there every single time, sometimes more than one. And the same thing happens at other Goodwills. They have 5 or 6 of the same discs, but they're different discs than what you've got at your Goodwill. So there you go. Totally useless information. So, and the Goodwills are a lot different there. They're laid out differently. It was interesting. It was interesting to get a little change of pace. But yeah, walked away with a just freaking stack of CDs, 2 or 3 movies. No weird electronics though. I'll tell you what, Tucson's not good for the electronics thing. But I mean, there was a couple of interesting things there. Like I showed my friends, there was like a guitar metronome, a little tiny device that does like metronomes and helps you with your guitar playing. That was kind of cool. Javier's a guitar player, so thought that'd be fun. but not much there. Not much for electronics, but media was great. Ass loads of CDs, you know, and lots of variety. I mean, I found Beatles, I found Van Halen. You don't see like rock or classic rock typically at Goodwill's. You know, it's a lot of religious music. It's a lot of crooners and old pop stuff like that. Now, listen, I like a lot of that stuff, but fuck, I'm hooked up. Thanks to Chris and some others, I got like every fucking Frank Sinatra song I could ever want. I'm good. How about we start filling up with some other shit that I don't have? But you know, there's certain things you just never find, and in this case, we found tons and tons of stuff. It was a really good trip. And then we went, we went back to the hotel, and we went out drinking again. We went across the street, can't think of the place. Really nice, and we just sat at the bar, and we were just pounding fucking drinks all night. It was amazing. Then we crawled back to the bed. Oh, by the way, the noise level, got nothing on Vegas. I slept right through it. We almost wanted to go down and laugh at him when we checked out. It's like, this is not a noisy hotel. Stay at the Disney properties in Florida, and it's the one that's got the Toy Story kid, the Toy Story outlet, or the Toy Story hotel there. That's noisy. Yeah, this hotel, no problem. It was a little bit. It's a little loud, but not noisy. So yeah, that wrapped it up. It was a good trip. Our car was packed full of shit. My wife found everything, plus the kitchen sink. It was good. It was a really good time. All right, well, listen, I am closing into home. My Wi-Fi is going to kick in soon. God only knows what it'll do to the connection. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Shane R. Monroe, Passenger Seat Radio, saying we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.